Hello, Igraspers! Wishing you a very happy Friendship Day. In the cookie of life, friends are like chocolate chips. With them, you will laugh a little harder, cry a little less, and smile a lot more. So be friendly, stay loyal to your friends, and know the importance of good friends in your life. Today's news highlights are: new UNESCO Heritage sites announced. Dubai creates fake rain using drones. Meet Super Bit Telescope, potential successor to NASA's aged Hubble telescope. China introduces the fastest train in the world. US wildfires turn full moon orange. Madrid building a huge urban forest in a bid to combat climate change. Indigenous Alaskans have hosted their own Olympics for over 60 years and are stirring F2 segment. It's now time to begin with the international news today.
The 44th session of UNESCO, which stands for the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, was held in China's Fuzhou from July 16th until July 31st. Headquartered in Paris, the mission of the organization is to contribute to the building of a culture of peace, improving the quality of learning and fostering global citizenship. During this session, the Kakatiya Rudreshwar or the Ramappa temple was inscribed as a World Heritage Site for its outstanding craftsmanship of the great Kakatiya dynasty. The Harappan city, Dholavir in Gujarat, also received the World Heritage tag. 38 such other locations in India are already a part of this existing World Heritage list. Many more sites around the world were also added, which include Emporium of the World in Songyan, China, Iran's Trans-Iranian Railway, Spain's Paseo del Prado and Buen Retiro, a landscape of arts and sciences, and of course, Cordouan Lighthouse in France, to name a few. For a site to be included in the list of World Heritage Sites, a tentative list of properties located within a country's boundaries has to be submitted to the World Heritage Committee. As of October 23, 2020, a total of 194 countries have adhered to the World Heritage Convention. Igraspers, wouldn't it be absolutely fascinating to visit these sites?
As we all know, Igraspers, extreme weather conditions are being observed in several continents. Temperatures around the world have been soaring. Dubai too has been experiencing the blazing sun this summer season, with the temperature crossing 50 degrees Celsius mark in the city recently. To cool things down, UAE's Center of Meteorology has come up with a unique solution: artificial rains. They have used the technology of cloud seeding and drones to generate rainfall. Yes, drones, you heard me right. In this process, drones are charged into the clouds to cause an electric shock, due to which the small droplets collide and condense into bigger ones, and eventually get heavy enough to fall as rain. Such technologies will surely help human civilization to adapt to increasing ecological pressures.
Igraspers, did you know that a new type of telescope is about to be launched into the atmosphere that will rival even the famous Hubble telescope? The super pressure balloon-borne imaging telescope, better known as SuperBit, will be launched into the upper parts of the atmosphere through a strapped balloon. This telescope will circulate the globe 45 kilometers above the surface and will take images of the observable universe. The telescope will be launched from New Zealand in April 2022, with the cost of this telescope being relatively cheaper at $5 million. For context, Igraspers, the Hubble telescope, which this device is supposed to be the successor of, cost $1.5 billion. So hopefully by next year we get to see some stunning images of the galaxy surrounding us.
Igraasp. China has developed the fastest train in the world. The train can travel 1400 kilometers in just 3 hours. These trains are called maglev trains, and unlike regular trains, they do not use wheels or a conventional track, and instead move by magnetic levitation using electromagnetic technology. This allows the train to be super fast, as they do not cause as much friction since there is no contact with the ground. These trains are extremely expensive to build, with them only being constructed in countries like France, Japan, Spain, South Korea, and China. So, if you're ever visiting any of these countries, make sure to get yourself a ticket and check these speed demons out.
Last week, wildfires in the United States of America and Canada continue to rage on, which actually had an effect on the moon. If one were to see the moon from the capital of USA, Washington, D.C., you would see a fully sized orb changing colors for a period, turning orange. This orange moon is of course not actually orange, but it's reflecting the light of the wildfires. There are many wildfires burning huge tracts of land in the states of Oregon, Montana, Idaho, and California, with this being the third largest wildfire in the history of the state of Oregon. The moon's orange glow is a reminder that we need to do something about climate change so as to prevent such massive and devastating wildfires. Climate change is slowly taking a toll on the earth. The city of Madrid has come forward and took steps to combat this problem. Madrid is building a green wall around the city, a 75-kilometer urban forest with nearly 500,000 new trees. You will be amazed to know that it is no ordinary park. It will be a forest of indigenous trees that can absorb both CO2 and heat generated by human activity. Temperatures under the shade of these trees are 2 degrees lower than the rest of the city. Igraspers, you can too be a part of the solution. Use bicycles instead of cars whenever possible and plant trees because change begins with you.
Hello, Igraspers. Welcome to Eyes on the Olympics, where we tell you quickly what's going on in Tokyo. As of the 31st of July, India has won 1 silver medal through the heroics of Mirabai Chanu in the 49 kg weightlifting category, along with guaranteeing another medal through Lavlina Borgohain, who beat the world number 2 in boxing to enter the semi-finals. She is guaranteed to at least get a bronze medal. These are 2 historic medals for our country. Sadly, world champion Mary Kom bowed out in the pre-quarters in what are her last Olympics, as boxers over the age of 40 can't compete in certain international competitions. Ace shuttler PV Sindhu also lost in the semi-finals to Tai Tzu Ying, but she can still win a bronze medal if she wins her next match. Indian discus throwing sensation Kamalpreet Kaur has qualified for the finals of the event with an amazing performance which would give India the chance to win an Olympic medal in athletics, something the country has never done before. On the international front, 4 different world records were broken in the 200-meter butterfly, 200-meter breaststroke, 100-meter backstroke, and 100-meter freestyle events. And finally, one of the biggest upsets so far was seen when world number 1 Novak Djokovic was beaten by Alexander Zverev in 3 sets. Djokovic crashed out of the men's single event, losing 1-6, 6-3, 6-1, thus being unable to better his best record in the Olympics, which was a bronze medal all the way back in 2006. That's all the updates we have for you right now. Keep cheering India on, and hopefully our medal tally will increase with all this support.
everyone knows about the Tokyo Olympics going on, but have you heard of the Olympics native style hosted by Alaska? This event sees many people from indigenous tribes all over Alaska as well as the world come to the location to compete in competitions not seen in other traditional sporting events. There are events such as the knuckle hop, in which athletes hop on just their knuckles and toes to see how far they can go, as well as another unique event called ear pull, where participants put a string on their ears and have a tug of war. These events have been going on for the last 60 years. Write in the comments and tell us if you have any unique sports competitions you do with your friends.
7-year-old Brazilian girl Nicole Oliveira found 7 asteroids for NASA and was given a certificate for the find. She participated in the Asteroid Hunt Citizen Science Program run by the International Astronomical Search Collaboration, with NASA being a member of the collaboration. Nicole has given lectures in various schools and events on astronomy. She was also invited to give a lecture during the first ever international seminar on astronomy and aeronautics at Brazil's Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. She has now been named the world's youngest astronomer. Incredible, isn't it?
Igraspers, while we all love goldfish as pets, there is a huge problem brewing in bodies of water in the United States. Many pet owners are releasing their goldfishes into ponds and lakes when they cannot take care of them anymore. But this has been disrupting the local ecosystems of these bodies of water. In the city of Burnsville in the United States, officials shared pictures of massive goldfish who had completely ruined the ecosystem of a local lake. It is important to remember that goldfish are a highly invasive species that can quickly reproduce and thus outcompete the native species of the site, thereby destroying entire habitats. So, keep this in mind, Igraspers. Do not release your pet fish into open bodies of water.
Igraspers, let's hear a real-life story today. This is the story of a boy named Manu Chauhan. Manu is the son of a village salesman and lives in a low-income household. But now, he is 18 and in September, he will fly to the US to take his place at the Stanford University to study international relations. He got admission with a 100% scholarship. Isn't that just amazing? Want to know how he made this happen? Well, he studied in a local government primary school till grade 5. But after that, Manu secured admission to the Vidya Gyan Leadership Academy set up by Mr. Shiv Nadar, the founder of HCL Technologies. It was set up in 2009 in Uttar Pradesh for the underprivileged. It identifies talented pupils from low-income families living in small villages and gives them access to quality education. With Manu's constant hard work and determination, he made his dreams his reality. So, Igraspers, work hard and success will follow you.
The word of the week is brouhaha, which means excited public interest about an event. The brouhaha around Olympic Games has begun. The riddle of the week is, I am a single-digit number without any value. But if you add me in the middle or end of another number, I increase its value. Which number am I? You guessed it right. I am the number 0.
Can you guess who? This Indian footballer was the first to score 50 international goals. This striker is the captain of Indian Super League Bengaluru FC and Indian national football captain. As the third highest active international goal scorer, he has won awards such as the Arjuna Award and the Padma Shri.
You got it right. It is Sunil Chhetri. Did you know that he is lovingly known as Captain Fantastic?
Did you know that one artist created a portrait of Queen Elizabeth using tea bags? British artist Andy Brown used over 1,000 used and unused tea bags to create his painting named God Save the Queen. It took him 3 weeks to stitch all the tea bags together and create this masterpiece.
Quiz time! Which American artist has been featured for her talent of converting tea bags into miniature paintings? Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com. Answer to the last week's quiz. Owls have 3 eyelids. First to blink, second to sleep, and the third to clean their eyes. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Dheer Vikram Agarwal of Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear Igraspers, this week let's read Love That Dog by Sharon Creech. Jack is just like us, a boy who finds poetry intimidating. But this is only till the non-poetic Jack discovers that he can write down his thoughts in verse. And sure enough, poetry springs out of him, simple, not rhyming, and about absolutely non-poetic things. Read this humorously endearing work. It's everything but preachy, and do drop your feedback on igraasp.com/iClub.
It's time to wrap up today's news session. Friendship is magical. It's simply being Doraemon for someone's Nobita, Ron for someone's Harry, Woody for someone's Buzz. They will make the good times better and hard times easier. Until we meet again next week, treasure your friendships and be grateful for them. See you next week.